Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be to you right now.
I wanted to know, what do you think your fingerprint or your legacy will be in this school and all the schools you have been to before?
Well, I actually read that question, Christian, and I thought that was a hard one to answer. It's probably the most difficult one of all the questions you're going to ask me. As I said before, being a humble sort of person and having learnt that from a young age,
Yes.
where I was, I guess, a little bit more arrogant and confident, especially because being a sports person, and
Yeah.
I was, I was a bit like that. But so that is a difficult question to answer. I think, well, what I would like to hope I leave people with when I move on from, from a school, from a leadership role, would be that I was a visible leader.
All right.
I had a bit of an open door policy, so people had access to me to, whether it be to come to the office or when I was walking around the school. Being out in the morning, I'm usually out there welcoming the children during a drop-off period, out in the afternoon, a pickup period, talking to the kids, have they had a good day, or wishing them a good day, talking to mum and dad, helping them jump into the car, opening the door, closing the door, those sort of things. So I'd like to think that people have seen me as visible. That would be one. Another legacy would be transparent with open communication and a risk taker.
Definitely.
I think in the schools I've been at recently, I've created systems and structures which have empowered individuals to do their job, and for me just to guide or coach. So I would like to think I've provided opportunity for other teachers to better themselves with opportunities, and not necessarily just within the school I am within, but they may want to apply for a job in another school. So some schools will think that that's a bad thing, and they will punish the person, etc. Even me as a school leader, I've gone to look for a new role, and I've been punished too by a school that doesn't want you to go, but they should be looking at the, how you flourished in your role at their school, and wow, there's another school that's interested in employing you.
Yes.
But unfortunately, people don't have those sort of mindsets. So that'd be it. And I guess coming with transparency and open communication, taking risks, I've created principal morning and afternoon teas, where I have parents come into school at drop-off time or an hour before pickup, and we sit around and have a conversation about what we're doing well, what we're not doing so well, and how parents think we can improve. So that's a risk that you take. Obviously, knowing parents, there's not many nice things that they usually want to say. It's usually a lot of you need to do this, and you need to improve here, and those sort of things. So I'm, as I said, being transparent and open. I'm happy to listen, and I guess the legacy from that example would be that that I'm happy to take criticism and any negativity, because that will actually make you flourish. Because how are you supposed to know if you're doing a good job or not if no one ever tells you? And obviously, as I said, they don't tell you you're doing a good job. They usually tell you you're doing a bad job. So if there's a bad job happening in the school, well, then you need to fix it. So I think that's important. And I've got one more legacy, but it hasn't started yet. But it's something I would want to leave in my current school, is that in 2022, we're introducing parent yoga classes, in particular for mums who do our drop-offs, but for mum or dad. So I'd like to think that whenever I leave Peninsula, that these yoga classes at drop-off and or pickup time twice a week is once again a legacy, something new, and the parents really embrace. And any teacher maybe who's not on class, they can go and do a yoga session in the morning at drop-off or after drop-off, and then have a coffee tea downstairs in our open area, and then and then head home. So if that works, I'd like to think that that'd be something that people would talk about one day when I leave Peninsula.
That's very innovative. I mean, I don't think I've seen any principal come up with something as unique as this. That's wonderful. And Mr. Guy, my last question to you for today is that there are many people right now who are in leadership positions like you. There are many people who are aspiring to be leaders in the education field. What would be your advice to them?
Wow. My advice, okay. So obviously, as I said before, it's a very lonely and difficult job. So a few key takeaways from leadership. Don't overpromise at any time because you don't know whether you're going to be able to deliver or not. So you've got to be honest on the impact that you believe that you're going to make on a school and the situation that you're about to lead. So yeah, don't overpromise at any time. Obviously, you do make promises, but not too many.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Other things is that your time is precious, so your time management is really important. Because you have to be that visible leader. You have to be open to the teachers, the students, the parents on a day-to-day basis. Now you've got 100 jobs to do, and what's going to happen is you will end up taking them home and doing them at home, and working till late in the evening because you need to be on the ground with what's happening in your school. You can't be sitting in your office all the time. So to do that, it takes time out of your school day. So, I mean, you will set aside a couple of hours here and there to do your schoolwork and not be interrupted. But those couple of hours will still be interrupted because people want to talk to you. You may need to do something. So you will have to work after hours and on weekends, etc. So that's just a give me now in a leadership role within a school.
All right.
Take it slowly. The footprint that you design for your school, don't try and do things too quickly.
Okay.
Take your time, let things progress slowly, and tackle each individual task, so-called one at a time. You must always be motivated, even when you're tired and feeling a bit run down. When you're out there with your teachers, mum and dad, the children, you are 100% motivated. If you're feeling a little bit down, a bit tired, a bit overwhelmed, you show that at home to your family, but not out in public. So that's also a difficult thing to do. You need to look after your teachers and their development. It has to be progressive. Don't just do one thing and say, "Oh, I've done this for the teachers this year." It needs to be progressive. Professional development. Sharing sessions. People coming in to talk to teachers. You constantly have to look after your teachers. Super important, because they're the people who will support you and hold you up.
Yes.
Or they will also be the people that will bring you down if if you've lost their trust and respect.
Definitely.
So you need to support the peer-to-peer networks. So you encourage your teachers to talk to other teachers from other schools, join organisations or associations that are related to their subject areas. So that those things are really important. We talked about recruitment as well. Once again, that's another area. You want to recruit good people.
Yes.
So formulating the questions for the answers that you're looking for that person for this particular role, and how they're going to fit into the school, and what are they going to do for the school and the children is important. Then second last one I would talk about would be budgets, funds, maintenance. You've got all this teaching and learning and the pedagogy that we talked about, but remember, you're running a school. When you run a school, you've got your marketing, you've got your admissions, you've got your facilities. So the operational side, and therefore the financial side, that budget that you have, is also important in regards to getting through the year and also saving money. For your school board and for your school in general. And lastly, I guess making an impact on all areas of your school is important, so that people respect you, and providing lots and lots of feedback to individuals, whether it be the student, the teacher, or mum and dad, or getting involved in these sort of things as well, doing podcasts, webinars, keynotes, and sharing with people will also be very important for you as a, you know, as a school leader in regards
Yes.
to the takeaway, because that sharing is giving back to the community, and goes back to, as I said, my philosophy, which is making a difference.
Of
So
course.
it's not about me, it's about everyone else and giving back to the community, so that everyone can grow as an individual, because one day you'll retire and you can sit back and look back and go, wow, look at these people, they're really flourished and they're growing,
Yes.
as you do, as from teaching into leadership. So I guess that'd be some of the main takeaways I'd, you know, want to hand over to a leader. I mean, obviously experienced leaders would know much of this, but if you're a new leader, there may be a few things that you can take away from that list.
Of course. That is very valuable advice. I'm sure it will be great for all our viewers. And that brings us to a wrap for this really wonderful interview. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Guy, for gracing us with your time and your knowledge. I mean, I don't know what to say. There was just so much of information, so many valuable lessons that I learned, and it is going to stay with me for a very long time. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this interview as much as I did. Thank you.
Yes, no, thank you very much, Krishna, for the opportunity to have a chat about leadership and you know, school leadership in the 21st century, and all the challenges and the terminology and the information that's around.
Yes.
No, it's been nice chatting about it, and I hope that you know, SchooPed solutions sort of grow, and you know, your goals and the vision and mission are achieved with what you're trying to do well into the future. And yes, stay in touch. And if you've got other areas that you want to have a chit chat about, you know, as the years progress, I'm here. I'm just an email away.
Of course, definitely. Thank you so much. And to our viewers, thank you so much. And please stay tuned for more podcasts on SchooPed with wonderful educators like Mr. Guy himself. So thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Krishna. Take care.
Take care.